everyone, and welcome to another great adventure over here in RJB Wildlife. Today we are here at the world-famous San Diego Zoo, where I'm going to be giving you a guided tour of the entire facility. This is going to include must-see animals, hidden gems, and some dining options, and overall, the great experience that you're going to have here when you visit this facility. So if you're ready for another great adventure, let's go. For this end of the zoo, if you turn left, you're going to run into the little outlet that ends up being Wildlife Explorers Base Camp and Reptile Walk. Heading down this way, you're going to run into like the children's zoo area and some of the smaller animals that this zoo has. We're actually going to make our way into Wildlife Explorers Base Camp, which has a few really cool habitats that I think you must see on your trip here. So over here in the Spineless Marvels building, you're going to run into a couple of very cool habitats. Number one of which is going to be this honeybee hive that they have here, and they actually go out and pollinate the plants around the park. Another one is going to be right below us. There's two. It's going to be the golden orb weavers and the leafcutter ant tree that we will be taking a look at here in a second. There's also a coconut crab, which is the largest arthropod largest terrestrial arthropod on the planet. Another cool exhibition here in Wildlife Explorers Base Camp is going to be cool critters, at least the lower level, because it has a really interesting species of amphibian, the Chinese giant salamander. On top of everything they have over here in Wildlife Explorers Base Camp, you're going to also have the red pandas that are residents of Asian Passage, or what is about to become Panda Canyon or Panda Trek. We don't exactly know quite yet, but they are over here temporarily at the base camp. So one of the cool things about Wildlife Explorers Base Camp is it does have a counter service restaurant also within it. That's going to be the Busy Bee Cafe. It is a decent option, especially if you have kids that are playing around in Wildlife Explorers Base Camp by the squirrel monkeys. But right now, we're heading over to the next door neighbor, which is Reptile Walk, which has a lot of the reptile and amphibian habitats here at the park, and it's been around for a while. A few highlights here are going to be the Komodo dragons over in Komodo Kingdom, the Galapagos giant tortoises, which there is a breeding program here for those endangered species, and then the critically endangered gharial. This part of Reptile Walk is going to end up being the hidden gem portion of this area. It is a little far back. It is in the very back portion of the area, so a lot of people don't really traverse down here, but it's a great opportunity to see a critically endangered crocodilian species that is on the comeback up in India. These guys are extremely unique. They have really slender snouts that are primarily designed to be fisherman species. Very cool species, and I highly recommend you guys take the time to come down. So here at the San Diego Zoo, you're also going to have a couple special experiences. You're going to have that are free with your admission, I should say. You're going to have the Skyfari, which takes you from Wildlife Explorers Base Camp all the way down to where the polar bears are, and then you're going to have the tour bus, which takes you around the zoo in about 35 to 40 minutes. It's a really cool experience, and it's a great way to end your day here. If you turn right upon entering the zoo, you will end up in Australian Outback, which is going to be home to the largest breeding colony of koalas. The koala habitats here at the San Diego Zoo are actually really cool because they are out here all year round. They don't actually go inside. They have heaters attached to the little structures, and one of the cool things about it is they've separated the males into individual habitats, which I believe they have around a dozen males. All the females are split into 2 yards. I believe there's also around a dozen females. So Urban Jungle is going to be one of the older areas here at the San Diego Zoo. It's also going to have a lot of the species that everyone enjoys, such as the Maasai giraffe that are right behind me. In the center, you're going to have the greater one-horned rhino, or the Indian rhino, and the cheetahs are also going to be on the other side. You're going to be able to get close to everything here. And we're making our way down Center Street, which is the entrance into Asian Passage, which is an area that, from what I've been told, is going to be the next renovation project the zoo has. Right now, this area houses a lot of bears from around the world, 4 species, 2 of which are from Asia, the rest are North America, South America. And then a few primate species, but then you got Asian leopards on the other end. I would say right now the main attraction to Asian Passage is going to be the Andean bear and the mother and cubs. There is a mom that has 2 cubs right now. Typically they're best viewed at the end of your day on the bus. I would never recommend walking up or down this hill throughout the day because these are the oldest habitats on property and not the most appealing to the eye. But however, one of the biggest hidden gems at this park resides down here in Asian Passage. So we're right here in the biggest hidden gem at the park. This is Sun Bear Forest, which is the best part of Asian Passage right now. And one of the shining jewels of the entire park is just sitting right here. This is the Bornean sun bear. We are now over here in Africa Rocks, which is an exhibition that opened in 2017. It takes you all the way from the west coast of Africa to the Ethiopian highlands. This is a really cool exhibition that showcases some of the oddities of Africa. It's not like the basic lions, giraffes, elephants, etc. Over here you're going to get penguins, yes penguins, and you're going to get really cool baboon species, leopards, and some awesome birds, and even lemurs, which are very unique to one spot in the world. So an absolute hidden gem over here in Africa Rocks is going to be over here with the lemurs. You can actually probably just saw one hop behind me. They're going to be the blue-eyed black lemur. It is a critically endangered species, native to Madagascar like all lemurs, but they're very special because they are the only primate species outside of humans that genetically have blue eyes. So we're up here at Northern Frontier at the moment. This is going to be the western edge portion of the zoo. It's also going to be the furthest away from the main entrance. Over here you're going to get the, in my opinion, best habitat and best exhibition here at the park, which is Polar Bear Plunge. It's a massive expansion. They opened in 1996 and houses 3 polar bears, 1 male, 2 females. So the hidden gem over here at Northern Frontier is going to be the maned wolf. This is a species of canid that is native to South America, which is odd because this is a North America-inspired area. Oh well. But really cool animal. It's not actually a wolf, despite its name. It is its own distinct species. Adjacent to Northern Frontier, you're going to have Elephant Odyssey, which is one of the larger areas here at the park. This is going to be an area that showcases what life was like here 12,000 years ago during the Pleistocene epoch, when saber-toothed cats and mammoths roamed this part of California. So we're just going to walk through here. It's a really cool area, really awesome elephant structures, and the habitats themselves are pretty good for what will be 15-year-old exhibition this year. So throughout Elephant Odyssey, you're going to run into a bunch of statues and depictions of some of the prehistoric megafauna that used to roam this whole area down here in Southern California. Most famous of which, and it just happens to be the state fossil, is going to be this guy. This is a Smilodon fatalis, or the saber-toothed cat. And we're right next to the actual counter service restaurant here, the Saber-Tooth Grill, which is going to be, in my opinion, the best counter service restaurant here. It serves a bunch of Mexican cuisine, burritos, nachos, carne asada fries, which are a California delicacy, are also sold here. As it pertains to dining here, you're going to have a few options. Right now we are sitting down in Albert's, which is the table service restaurant here on property. It is hands down the best option that you have here. It is a little pricier than the other options around the park, but if you have the time and you're here on a long day, like in the summer when the hours are 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., it's a great option to sit down, escape the heat, and have a quality meal. We are now in the Lost Forest section of the San Diego Zoo. This is going to be the largest area by far, and it's going to have 5 different exhibitions within it that all opened in the 90s to early 2000s. Those exhibitions are Monkey Trails and Forest Tales, Absolutely Apes, Gorilla Tropics, the Aturi Forest, and Tiger River. Those are all going to be the main highlights here, but there is one specific hidden gem that everybody must see when they're here, and it's right there on par with the sun bear. So down here in the most lush portion of Lost Forest, you're going to have a very special type of primate that happens to be our closest relative. That primate is the bonobo. So the cool thing about this habitat is these are going to be a very interesting species of primate. They're one of the 4 great apes. So a lot of people look at bonobos and they think they are pygmy chimpanzees, but the fact of the matter is that they are a completely separate species. And the reason why they're completely separate species is because they live on 2 different banks of the Congo River. To the south you find the bonobos, and to the north you find the chimpanzees. That's going to do it for today's adventure. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. And if you really enjoyed this video, please feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And share with your friends in case they enjoy the San Diego Zoo as much as I do, or if they just enjoy animals, because that's what I'm here for. Until next time, I hope to see you all again on the next adventure on RJB Wildlife.